YouTube, this is your boy, Gamer Guy Gladimir, here with some more Duel Links for you. And what I've got right now is I've got Dragunity. I did make a video about how I do think it is underwhelming. I will get to that. It is underwhelming. It is not a very overwhelming and a very overpowered deck. We'll go into COG and I'll show you what I mean. I'm missing premature burial, or no, one of the burial cards returns 3 monsters from your banishment back to your graveyard, but even then, that's not that good. I'm the graveyard play guy. If it can diddle itself out of the graveyard, I'm gonna diddle it out of the graveyard, you know what I mean? So I see the mechanics they're going for and trying to initiate, but the problem I'm seeing with the deck, so let's clear up one thing Decade said yesterday, or a few days ago when it released. I watched his video. He said that it doesn't target Ascalon. And actually, that is hugely incorrect. You guys are gonna hate me. I got 3 of it. Ascalon does not target. He does target. So his claim was Ascalon does not target. Everything else he said about Ascalon was correct. Everything else about Ascalon was correct. Then target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it. So it can go off more than once per turn. But it does target. Feel free to read through this as I'm slowly scrolling it. Pause it if you need to. Bear in mind, it's a pretty windy effect, but basically you can banish a Dragunity monster in your graveyard, banish a monster on your opponent's field, more than once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, if this synchro summoned card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon one Dragunity synchro monster with 3,000 or less attack from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. You can only use this effect of Dragunity Knight Ascalon once per turn. Okay? So, it is limited to once per turn. This guy's cool. I wish I could use this guy more. You're really not going to use too much of Braca. Like, you have one in the deck, but you really don't need him. He's going to be like, so he'll gain 900. He'll be like, oh, Dark Magician deck, final Dark Magician down, and this is what I've got to do it with, kind of card. Ascalon is going to be your main guy out of this. Vajriana is going to be a really great stand-in when they blow up Ascalon. Now you're going to lose the synchro summoned effect when you do that. Gaia Bolg. Like I said, I think these guys are going to be pretty underwhelming. I really don't think they're going to be the most overwhelming structure deck that's ever touched in Greystar meta. But let me just show you what I mean. I'm already at COG, so don't make too much of it, but I'm already here at COG, so I'm not worried about taking an L here. I've taken tons of L's to just get a bunch of testing done so I can keep making Theorycraft videos on what the World Cup will show. But so far it's looking like Dark Magicians and Cyber Dragons really are going to be it, and maybe Dragunities. What I can recommend for all of those decks is Metaphyz. Metaphyz your way to level 20. I mean, you'll really get there pretty easily. So this was a whiffed opening. There was nothing I could have done. This opening was whiffed. Now we're going to go into the deck editor just after, because I figured out he is the most important. Oh, by the way, Glossy from the structure. Oh no, I owned one already, Glossy. No, I didn't. No, I didn't own Phalanx. That's brutal. Here we go with that switchy, richy, roo. I wish that you got to see what your opponent switchy, witchy, rooed around. But I already kind of knew it was that. So my first turn move is just, nope your dude. Your dude's just getting noped on, dude. Ah, Night Beam, you noped on my nope. You noped on my nope, guys. So everything but this different dimension reincarnation is a part of the deck. But I have a reason why I'm using reincarnation. Let's say I get Ascalon. Let's just say I get Ascalon this next turn, which is not happening. But let's be purely hypothetical and say I did get Ascalon this next turn. On this exact turn, what I could do with it is whatever I used to get Ascalon could be sent to the graveyard, banished from there, and then I would use this to bring it back the next turn, because you're not able to special summon after you do that. Oh man, this is brutal. I lost. Hard L. That's what I'm talking about, Dragunity players. Hard L's. These aren't light L's. This Dragunity structure deck is not complete. Even if you have Ducks, you're not running it any better. Ducks equips out of your graveyard. Everything in this deck equips out of your graveyard. So Ducks just isn't your answer. I know that it's like what you guys wanted to be the answer for the deck, but it just doesn't make the deck have any go. We're going to activate Shaunadis effect. Activate this effect. Now we have to get Vajrayana first, and I don't like to get that one typically first. Now this is a level augmentation deck, much like the Shiranui, which is why I got it. Your boy's the level aug boy. So as you see, I'm like right there on the return come around, but like it's really not gonna happen. He's gonna just drop another Cyberdark. But that was cool. As you can see, Aklis does the cool thing here. You really only need one Aklis in your yard, though. That's where I don't understand. I looked at a build online and it was playing 3 Aklis, and I'm like, even without Dragunity, owned. I got owned, so owned for this deck. So it's not just me either. Like, this is partially that deck. Like, I want you guys to play it and experience it yourselves and to feel it. Like, you guys need to know what this deck is made of. Like, that it's not going to just do what you want. That it's going to be a very big challenge. This was clearing up a major... My main point, guys, I wanted to clear up that major misconception that DK dropped, that it doesn't target. It will not work on Cocytus. Maybe this was an errata overnight because they realized how broken that could be. It's not a match for Cocytus. Sorry, making the edit I suggested. But it's not. It's just never going to be a replacement for Cocytus. I think we can even get better. I think this can... Fuck yeah, it can be better. Oh, see? See? That's really good. This is really good. Now, if I have to banish Leviathan, I can get him back. If I banish both Leviathans, I get him back. See, this is what I'm saying. Is like, everyone's like, put it back into your graveyard. Okay, but why? Also, chain disappearance, guys. Come on. Normal summon. When a monster with 1,000 or less attack is summoned. Summon, normal or special or ultra sub. I don't give a fuck how many summons you do on this nigga. He's gone. Yeah. This is Ducks, but better Ducks. You get 2 Aklis effects off of him. Select 1 card on the field and destroy it. Select 1 card on the field. This doesn't target. It's selection. Selecting meaning anything that's available is available. Although I don't think that works on Cocytus because it's select 1. It has to be typically up to. But he doesn't do an up to effect. He targets really hard. But I think as a level log build, this build is totally doable online. I think you can totally run with it. I've been playing with it for the last hour since I got up. Just got a good hang of it. Got a good taste for it. It's not easy as a deck. It's not supposed to be an easy deck. It's Honestly, very synchro intensive is what I would call it as a deck. I'm actually gonna copy it over because I don't want to rebuild it again. We're gonna take it into 5Ds. I'll go fight Carly with it. All of my characters are now level 30 at minimum, I believe. I've got like a few dudes in like, I think GX who aren't. Oh man, but everyone else is max level looking at it pretty much. Alright, Sharon, we first gotta go. Now then, level augmentation. Now again, level aug is just a great skill, but it's really gonna make this deck kaboom. I think it's actually the only way this deck is actually intended to be played is with level augmentation. And we'll take a quick look at that online as well, because that's going to create such a big world of difference. We'll come back and fight Carly. But, I think level aug is going to be, and also this change I made was vital. This was not a minor change to the deck. This was a fully vital, more than cosmetic. This would be what I would run it as in the World Cup series, not having ducks. Bear in mind, I might try to grind out ducks so that way I do have him for the World Cup series, but if I don't grind any, this is exactly the build I would use. Normally you wouldn't get rid of Phalanx to get a Phalanx to summon with Phalanx. I haven't seen anyone go straight into Stardust Spark, but Stardust Spark is amazing, and I don't care what anyone says. Because before my opponent's turn even begins, I'm gonna be protecting Stardust Spark. Ooh, yeah, you do. You realize I made Stardust indestructible. Alright, well, we've got an invincible Stardust Dragon. Let's make him eat his own Cyber Dragon. Ha, okay. That was a good use of Cyberload Fusion. It still doesn't beat... Okay, whatever. Yeah, cool. I take 300. Oh, because it gets only once. Ouch. Okay, I see. We got this. Actually, no, we don't. This is actually a hard recovery. We're not going to be able to fully recover from this play. Whew. It's getting worse. Attack be negated. So this Cyrus player is really good with their Cyber Dragons. They really know what they're doing with them. I'm going to take a look at their build too real quick. Whew. Clean. No 28. There it is. There's the loss. But as you can see, this deck is a bit too spell and trap dependent. It doesn't really do enough on its own. It's never going to be a tier 1 deck in this meta. I'm thinking a couple of packs down, it could probably break into tier 1. By that, I mean a new box and a mini box. But it doesn't hold the same meta material that Sharonwi does. The reason being is the creature's protection is not there, whereas Sharonwi, one of their dudes who's just a rare character from that box, literally protects. So I guess what I'm saying is spend $15 on the box to get the deals versus spending it to get this structure deck. I did that for you guys, and I'm telling you not to do it. It was like 18, 20, but I'm telling you guys not to do it. With you guys having the better judgment, I think that you guys create the meta, and I think that's what my player council needs to reflect, is that you guys are solely responsible for the meta. Oh man, that's so good. That's exactly almost what my board's gonna look like in a bit. Oh man, that's so good. I don't like the top part of his deck. It's lacking a Cyber Dragon and 2 cores for me. I don't like that all. But I like everything else I'm seeing in there. It's pretty good. As you can see, I'm doing pretty rough on the streaking right now because I'm not streaking. And like I said, we'll do a Carly with this deck, just to see what kind of lead we can get. Because again, this is going to be a practice and trial and error thing too. So you start out there. Actually, I should have started out with Aklis, who would have equipped himself. Now, he is a level 3 or lower, so bear in mind anyone who equips level 3 or lower Dragunities can equip him. And so this would be like the perfect match with this deck. Oh, is Carly really trying to take it back now? Alright, and then, like I said, this deck is more or less, it's going to be a lot of trial and error before it gets anywhere near a tier list. Which again, I think is heavily shaped by the player base. I have no reason not to think that. But again, guys, you take it easy. We're going to get these rewards real quick, and then we will be out. This has been Gamer Guy Vladimir giving you your Dragunity Spotlight. Highlights of the deck, I definitely love banishing things. I play Metaphysics, so that's huge. I love dragons, so that's huge. And honestly, having them, maybe something crazy cool can come out of Red Eyes, or maybe some older dragon decks can see some revitalization. But in the meantime, this has been, again, Gamer Guy Vladimir, and I am out.